Hello friends, today our topic is Fourier theory of heat conduction. So in our previous lecture, we see that Fourier has demonstrate the heat conduction process. Okay. Now here we will see how Fourier demonstrate this. Okay. Let's consider a heat bar. And a rod, okay, which has length x equal to 0 and here x equal to L. Length has L. Okay. Now consider a small section. This one is x and this one is x plus dx. So this small section is dx. Okay. Now heat is flowing from this side to this side. Okay. Then the temperature on this end is theta and it is theta plus d theta. So if we multiply d theta with 1, then it will remain d theta. So we can write it as dx into dx. This one. Okay. Then if Q1 is the amount of heat entering the section, okay, per second, okay, and Q2 is the amount of heat leaving the section, okay, then Q1 equal to minus K is the thermal conductivity into A is the cross sectional area into theta by dx. Okay. And because dx is the length of this section and Q2 equal to minus Ka into theta plus d theta by dx into dx by dx, like this. Okay. So d of dx, this. So from this we can write the amount of heat flowing on only this section is Q equal to Q1 minus Q2 because Q1 is greater than Q2. Okay. So from this we can write Ka d theta dx will cut and this one becomes d2 theta dx2 into dx, like this. Okay. So now before steady state is reached, okay, a part of this heat goes to increase the temperature, okay, of the section and the rest is radiated out from its exposed surface. Okay. Now consider the density is rho. Density of this rod is rho. Okay. And this rod has volume is A into dx. So if you multiply volume into density, then it will become the mass of this section. Okay. And if we consider that C is the specific heat of this material, then mass into specific heat C into d theta dt means d theta dt will be the amount of heat used in raising the temperature of this section part section. Okay, part section, this one. And for this process, we only consider this conduction, and there is also radiation. Okay, if radiation process is also there, then if E is the emissive power of this surface, E is the emissive power of this surface, and P is the sectional perimeter, P is the sectional perimeter, and theta is the excess temperature. We consider the rod, this portion temperature is theta E. Basically, theta equal to theta E plus theta S, but theta S is the surrounding temperature, which remains always same, constant. Okay. Then we can write for this EP, theta E is the excess temperature, that's why radiation happens in for this section dx into dx. So from this we can write that this value equal to rho a dx c into d theta dt plus ep theta e into dx. Okay. Now we know that theta equal to theta e is the excess temperature. Okay, and theta s, then d theta dt equal to d theta e by dt, because theta is the surrounding temperature remains always constant. Okay, then d2 theta dx2 is also d2 theta e by dx2. Okay, now put this value here, then we will get okay. Then this value becomes k into d2 theta dx2 equal to rho into a into c into d theta dt plus e p e into p into theta e theta e. Okay, like this. Okay, then from this we can write this one e and this one also exists. So from this we can write d theta e dt equal to d theta e dt equal to k by rho c d2 theta e dx2 minus this one here e p by e p by rho a c. Okay, rho a c. Okay, into theta e. So if we consider this value equal to h, then it will become h into d2 theta e by dx2 minus mu into theta e. Okay. Okay, where AH equal to K by rho C is called diffusivity of this material. Okay, and mu is a constant which is equal to EP by rho AC. Okay, so this equation is standard Fourier equation for one-dimensional heat flow. Okay. So this equation is standard Fourier equation. Okay. Now we have to consider its solution. This equation solution. Okay. So our equation is d theta e dt equal to h into d2 theta e dx2 minus mu into theta e. This one. Okay. So if steady state happen, in steady state, if steady state, then this term equal to 0, this term equal to 0, then we can write h d2 theta e dx2 equal to mu theta e. Okay. So from this we can also write d2 theta e dx2 equal to m square theta e. Okay. So m square equal to what? Mu square is basically mu by h. This one. Okay. So from this, it is basically a differential equation. Okay. So if it is differential equation, then solution theta e will be like a is a coefficient into e to the power minus m into x or plus m into x plus b into e to the power minus mx, like this. This will be the solution. Okay. If it is the solution, now suppose a condition, okay, that for x equal to 0, theta e equal to theta 0. Then we can write theta 0 equal to a plus b. Okay. And another condition, if x equal to infinity means infinity length, then theta e equal to 0. Then 0 equal to a into e to the power infinity plus b to the power minus infinity. And from this we can write a equal to 0. Okay, that means theta 0 equal to b. Theta 0 equal to b. If theta 0 equal to b, then theta e equal to theta 0 into e to the power minus mx. Okay, it is the solution. It is the solution. And if we put the value of m here, then theta 0 into e to the power minus mu by h into x is the ultimate solution. Okay. Now, if we consider a lagged bar, okay. So basically, a lagged bar is one which is thermally insulated from the surrounding, and this is done usually by a guard ring arrangement. Okay. So in that case, there is no radiation loss. Okay. If there is no radiation loss for a lagged bar, then this equation becomes 0. So from this we can write d theta e dx2 equal to 0, and it is as solution. If we integrate this, then theta e will be a x plus b, where a and b is the integral constant. Okay. Now, if we put the condition here that theta e equal to theta 0 when x equal to 0, okay, and x equal to L, then theta e equal to theta L, okay, then we will get that b equal to theta 0, first one, and from this we can write theta L equal to A into L plus B. Okay, so B means theta 0, theta 0, B means theta 0. So from this we can also write that A equal to theta L minus theta 0 by L. Okay, A equal to this. Then theta E equal to AX. AX means theta L minus theta 0 by L into X plus theta 0. This one. Okay. So this one. Okay. And we know that theta 0 is greater than theta L. Theta 0 is the much higher temperature. Okay. Then we can write theta 0 minus of theta 0 minus theta L by L into X. Okay. So it is the ultimate solution. Okay. Now, if we consider, so this is the case for one-dimensional motion. So if we consider the three-dimensional, then our equation is H equal to d theta e dt equal to H into d2 theta e dx2 minus mu into theta e for one dimensional. So if we consider the three-dimensional heat flow, okay, so which has no radiation, if it has no radiation, this term will be 0, okay, and it will become del theta e dt equal to, and there will be d theta d dx2 plus d2 theta e dx dy2 plus like this. So x y z different point. So if then we can write del 2 theta e. So it is the three-dimensional heat flow equation. Okay. So it is called general Fourier's equation of heat conduction. Okay. So in our next slide, we will solve this one. Okay. So see you at Monday. Till then, please like, share and subscribe our channel. Okay. Thanks for watching. Thank you.